Hey everyone, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life, and I want to welcome you to episode 33 of Leg-lengthening Live, where the patients get to interview the guests. And today we are joined by a very special guest, Neko, a cosmetic quadrilateral leg-lengthening patient. Neko, welcome to the show.
Okay, actually, you got my name wrong. It's Neko.
It's Neko.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry
but
about
either way,
that.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I apologize about that. So Neko,
Uh-huh.
Neko, welcome to the show.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. So Nico, so you have a very interesting lengthening process that we're going to talk about today because you did quadrilateral lengthening.
Right.
You lengthened your femurs with an internal lengthening nail, and then you
hmm
lengthened your tibias with the lengthening over nail method. Correct?
Right, exactly.
Awesome. And for everybody that doesn't know, Nico is 52
Uh,
years old, I think.
Yeah, I just had my birthday last December, so now I am 53, but I was 52 when I had the lengthening.
That's incredible. That
hmm
that shows that age is just a number, everybody. So,
hmm
Nico, we got to dive into this because I think everybody's very interested in the
hmm
fact that you did one of the most bizarre, intense
hmm
surgeries, that there is for this lengthening process. So, first of all, I want to know the question that everybody wants to know is why did you do this?
Oh, okay. Because I was always short, like as long as I was born small, and I have been like petite like all my life, and this is something I always wanted. And so people, told me, "Oh, you are cute. You're little, like you're petite," and I never took it as a compliment, even though I'm a woman. And I wanted to be. I didn't only wanted to be taller. I wanted to be tall.
Mm, I
Yeah.
see. So you wanted to
Mm-hmm.
be tall. How tall were you before you had the surgery?
So I was like around like 4'11", which is
Okay.
like 150 centimeters. And yeah, that and the average height of Japanese women's are like 158. So I was like 3 inches shorter than them.
Gotcha. So you just
Mhm.
wanted to kind of get closer to the average, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
see.
hmm
Now let's talk about how much length you did.
hmm
Just kind of give it like a foreshadowing to all the people watching. How
hmm
much did you do on each of your leg segments, your femurs and then your tibias?
Okay, I did the calculation. So it's 5.5 centimeters, 2.2 inches in tibias, and 6 centimeters, 2.3 inches in femurs.
Are you
So in
kidding me?
so in
Incredible.
total, 11.5 centimeters, and which is 4.5 inches.
That's incredible. So
Uh,
now, what are you?
mhm.
You're like 5'3" and a quarter or and a half?
Like I'm little taller than 5'4".
Oh, okay, a little taller
One,
than 5'4". I suck at math, so
so
forgive me.
163 centimeters.
163. Incredible.
hmm
Wow. How do you feel at
Yeah.
that height?
I feel great. Yeah, I feel like over the moon because that's something like it was my lifetime dream to be tall, and and also like I can read things like in the
Mm,
kitchen or in the shelves, and I don't even need like any like what do you call it, the thing that I have to step on. And
mhm,
so and also I can uh I can have like pants without having trimming. Do you call it
mhm,
trimming? Like I usually have to have like hemming at the
mm.
bottom, like in 4 inches, and then now I'm able to wear jeans just off the shelf, and then I can walk off.
That is incredible. I know that it has to make you really happy. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you just mentioned that you're able to reach things in your house a lot easier
Mm-hmm.
without using the
Mm-hmm.
stools and steps. I
Mm-hmm.
think that it for you, it had like a kind of like a two-pronged purpose because it was
Mm-hmm.
not only cosmetic for your own appearance and you feeling
Mm-hmm.
better, but it also served as
Mm-hmm.
a functional stature
Yeah,
lengthening for
yeah,
like what people who
exactly.
have dwarfism as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
incredible. Okay.
Mhm,
So, Nico, let's dive a little bit more into the surgery itself. When was your surgery? Where'd you get it done? Why did you
uh-huh.
decide to do it where you got it done?
Okay, so I had my surgery in Turkey, Istanbul, and my doctor is Dr. Selkan, and I had my tibia first last September 3rd, and my femurs November 23rd.
Okay.
And the reason I decided to have Dr. Seokan as my surgeon is because of you. So it's been
You,
such an honor to be interviewed by you because
yeah,
I googled it and then I found you and I saw your interview with Liam
yeah,
Cherrick,
yeah,
and so I contacted Liam, and Liam had surgery with Dr. Sirkan and he had a great result. So I said,
yeah,
wow, he must be good. And yeah, I made the right choice. I mean, and yeah, I did contact like other doctors in Spain, Greece, South Korea, and but I think I couldn't think of anyone other than Dr. Serkan and the Limb Lengthening Center where Liam is a CEO, and because they had a great aftercare services.
yeah,
I mean, that's what I valued most because after you had surgery, that's not the end of the story. I mean, that's where everything starts.
yeah.
And so they had 24-hour support. They had like physiotherapists from in the morning to night, and so uh, and which was like one of the kind. There were no other institute which offered that.
Wow. That's
Mhm,
so true. I say
mhm,
it all the time that surgery is just the one day thing,
mm,
but the post-op
mhm, mhm,
care is
mm.
multiple months, and
Right,
that's what
yes.
really helps you get to that final result. Let's talk about that final result. How
Mhm.
are you feeling right now? Because you're what, like almost 6 months after your
Uh,
second surgery?
you're right, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So how
Yeah.
how like let's talk about pain, like right now, and then we'll
I
yeah.
have no pain whatsoever. I mean, right after I finished lengthening on my femurs, that's the day I stopped taking painkiller. I
Okay.
mean, funny thing, like 1 millimeter every day. Yeah, I was in pain. As soon as I stopped that, the pain was gone. And yeah, I have no pain whatsoever.
So
And
you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
So you
Uh,
did the internal nail. Was it the precise nail in your femurs?
oh yeah, precise. But
Precise.
first, I did the combined method on my tibia,
On your tibia.
and
Tibia was
then
first.
yeah,
Okay.
and then precise on my femur.
How was the pain for your tibias? Because everybody who asked me
Ah,
about
yeah.
lengthening over
Mm-hmm.
nail on the tibias,
Uh-huh.
they're in pretty bad pain. Talk about your pain experience with that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, because I did my tibia with loan, and yeah, I had to take painkiller like regularly, like a two dosages like
Mhm.
every day. And it's not only my legs, but my knee hurts because I also did the correction of my bow legs
Okay.
and what do you call it? Something else. I don't remember the
Mhm.
English name for it. And so and so that's why I was in a lot of pain. And when I did femurs, it was like I didn't have much pain. I just felt heavy on my leg, and so
Mhm.
there's such a great like like a world of difference between tibias and femurs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had like my worst like pain first 3 months, and the
Mhm.
another like next 3 months, I was okay.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. That
Mhm.
right there makes
Uh-huh.
everybody kind of think that the internal nail is probably going to be a little bit better than the lawn. But
Uh-huh.
uh, so then that was your pain around the surgery time. You said you have no
Mhm.
pain whatsoever right now.
Mhm.
What did you do? What did you have to do to get to that level of pain? You know that where you are right now. Was it a lot of physiotherapy? How often did you do it? What type of things did you do to for
Oh,
rehab?
okay. The physiotherapy, they had the physiotherapist like 6 days a week. So
Okay.
so every other day I did PT, and then the rest of like another days I did more of the training, like the
Okay.
muscle. Yeah.
Strengthening. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
strengthening. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you were really working hard at this. Were there
Right.
days that you just didn't want to do it? You were too tired, too exhausted, or did you say, "Hey,
Uh-huh.
look, I need to do this. This is important."
Right. Yeah, they did give me a rest day. So if I didn't feel well, and then the good thing that they have like physiotherapists throughout the day. If I don't feel well in the morning, I postpone it to in the afternoon or
Yeah.
even in the evening after dinner.
Wow. So it was a
Uh-huh.
little flexible in terms of your
Yeah.
scheduling. Oh, that's
Yeah.
very
It
cool.
was. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Incredible. Okay,
Mm,
so we
mm,
talked about pain. Now we're going to talk about the lengthening. So
mm.
when you talk about the lengthening over nail method, there's kind of like a turn of the knobs. Is it? How does it lengthen for your tibias? How did it work?
Okay. I mean, it's very manual. There is a tool, and then I just have to roll it, the the dial it to clockwise,
Hmm.
uh, 4 times a day,
Okay.
0.25. millimeter.
Mhm.
Is that your question?
Or yeah, that's it. That's exactly it, the lengthening rate. So you did 0.25 4 times a day for 1 millimeter.
Mhm.
What length, because you did 5.5 centimeters on your
Uh-huh.
tibias, what
Uh-huh.
length did you notice that your muscles are starting to get tight, and when did the pain kinda seep in a little bit from that?
After 3 centimeters,
3
I
centimeters, I
started
hear that.
feeling a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, very cool, and that's exactly what I hear, Neko, so that's echoing a
Mhm.
lot of other patients. And what about the
Uh-huh.
femurs? Was there any, like, kind of, you used the ERC, which is the
Right. Yeah.
electromagnetic,
Mhm. Mhm.
device
Mhm.
to give the
Mhm.
stroke of the nail.
Uh-huh.
What length for the femurs? You said it was, like, 6 centimeters or
Yes. Yeah. 6
6
centimeters.
centimeters. What
Uh-huh.
length for the femurs did you notice that, "Hey, look, I'm starting to get tight in those muscles?"
Uh Actually, I don't remember. I didn't feel anything. Like,
Really?
yeah. I mean, I
Oh.
had a heaviness, and I had some like okay. Maybe after 5 centimeters.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, after 5 centimeters, okay, so
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
you only have 1 more centimeter to go. Um
Mhm.
Now, let's talk a little bit about proportions, because I know people who
Mhm.
get quadrilateral lengthening,
Mhm. Mhm.
that's usually because it helps balance out the proportions of the femur to the
Right.
tibial
Right.
ratio. How
Uh-huh.
would you say that your proportions look, from the legs themselves, and then
Uh-huh.
as you stand up as a whole, like your
Uh-huh.
body to your
Uh-huh.
legs to your
Uh-huh.
arms? Are you
Uh-huh.
comfortable with that, or is it
Yeah, I mean, I am finally proportionate. I mean, one other reason I wanted to have limb lengthening was that I was not proportionate. I had a long torso and short legs, which
okay?
are pretty typical for Japanese women or Japanese in general. So,
Mhm,
and then I had short tibia, which is also typical for Asian. And so it was like a 71% percentage was like my how long my tibia was. Now it's like 74, which is more proportionate. And people often ask like how tall is my standing height, and it used to be 83,
mhm.
and so it is 83, and my legs are now like 80.
80, gotcha.
Yeah,
The
83.
total the
So
total top and the bottom leg, your whole leg
yeah,
length.
so I am more proportionate. I have long legs.
That's
I mean,
awesome. So it looks
yeah.
better now that you're done the
Yeah,
surgery.
yeah, yeah, I
Incredible.
look a lot better. Yeah, yeah,
Wow, so you're happy about that. Um,
yeah, I always see myself in the mirror as like, I pose like a, some like model, and then it's like, "Oh, wow, I look really good."
you're like, "Well, let me take a look at myself for today."
Yeah, yeah, I know.
I love it, Neko. So, what about your arm length? So, is your
Oh,
arms pretty good in terms of your leg and body
yeah,
ratio?
I mean, yeah, that's another question people ask me quite often. Like, I look okay. I mean, I see myself in the picture in mirror. Like, I don't see anything odd with my
Okay,
arm length. So
awesome.
yeah. Mm.
Very cool. And
Mhm.
along your lengthening process, it's super
Uh-huh.
important that you check up with your surgeon to make sure that nothing's going wrong, no
Uh-huh.
complications. Can
Mhm.
you talk about
Mhm.
that? Were there any complications during your lengthening journey? And if so, did the surgeon kind of, alter
Mm.
his treatment plan?
Mm. Actually, I didn't have any complication whatsoever, but
Wow.
since it's not my because of advanced stage, but because of like my non-athletic lifestyle,
Mm,
he was very exact about it. That I had very soft bone
mhm,
and like a very low density, and so first I had my tibia done, and after I had my first X-ray, and Dr. Sekan saw it, and he didn't think the number of pins. I had like 2 pins, no, 4 pins on each leg,
mhm.
and didn't think it was enough. So he, you know, booked the surgery room. He arranged everything, and I was in the surgery room next day.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
incredible. So he did a
he's
lot of
really fast.
pre-planning. He's very
Yeah,
detailed
yeah.
with his work, and I mean, that's why I talked to
Mm,
Liam. He said that he was a
mm,
big
mm,
proponent about him as well. So,
mhm, mhm,
that's awesome for Dr. Sirkin. Um,
mhm,
Very cool. So now that
mhm,
we've got that done, I'm
mhm.
trying to think of any other questions that are there anything is there anything that I'm missing in terms of like your lengthening journey that you want to kind of, let the audience know before we hop into the live chat?
Oh, okay. There are things that you should bring with you.
Yeah, let's talk
I
about
list
that.
it out. So because you suffer from edema, right? That your feet and your legs are swollen. So
Mhm.
what happens was that you have to bring bigger shoes. The my feet no longer fit in my shoes,
Yeah.
or you can bring flip flops, and also the belly bag. Do you call it belly bag? That what you put around your like upper body?
Is it a oh, yeah, like a fanny
Bel
pack, like a
bel
kind of a yeah, 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 belly
Belly
bag, yeah,
bag,
like yeah, I know what
because
you're talking about.
you be walking with walker, and then you want to carry your smartphone or your belonging, but
Mhm.
your hands are not available.
Yeah.
So that was very useful. And then the massage gun that you also promoted, that it helped me. It helped
It
me a
did,
lot.
didn't it? Yeah, it
Yeah, I
helps.
mean, I even bought the one in Japan,
Oh,
and
did you?
yeah, I'm still using it. I use it like on the sole of my feet
Mhm.
whenever I have swollen. Like it's not a pain; it's like a discomfort. And also, whenever I had pain in the middle of the night, I don't know how that works, but whenever I massage with the massage gun, the pain doesn't go away, but it reduces the pain
It
level.
reduces it. It reduces
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to tell everyone like massage gun is so great. It's my lifesaver.
Yeah, I tell people
Yeah.
the same. They don't listen to me, but I'm glad they listen to you. So awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nico,
Mhm.
actually,
Mhm.
what I want to talk about now is
Mhm.
basically your weight bearing capacity because now you had your
Mhm.
lengthenings about 7 or 8 weeks apart, just
Mhm.
shy of 8 weeks. I think it was 6.5, 7 weeks apart. You
Mhm.
said September 3rd and then November 23rd.
Right.
So your tibia, you could technically weight bear a little bit more weight because it was a
Yeah,
lengthening over
because
nail
it's
method.
yeah. Right.
But then for the femurs, it's a precise nail. How much was your
Mhm.
body weight and how was the weight bearing because you have two different lengthenings going
Okay.
on?
So I was like 45 kilograms, which is like around 100 pounds. So I was
Ah,
very lightweight to
yeah,
start with.
you're a
So the
feather.
doctor said like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, you are
Yeah.
light, so you can start working. And then I did start working, right
Okay.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't apply to you. So you
It
were
didn't.
well
Yeah.
below the threshold there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the advantage of like being like petite women,
Yeah.
petite
Yeah.
woman. Yeah. Mhm.
Absolutely. Very cool.
Mhm.
So, all right,
Mhm.
that's awesome there. What about other patients? So you're doing this there in Turkey.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot
Mm.
of centers
Uh,
there in Istanbul,
uh-huh.
Turkey. You
Right.
picked this one. Um,
Right.
what was your interaction with the community of patients there? How did you
They
get along with them? Was it
uh,
helpful for support morale? Tell
mm.
us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was nice to have like other patients because they sometimes encourage me, sometimes they listen to my rant, and yeah, it's nice to have become friends with other patients and also like with other staff,
Mhm.
and sometimes we become like competitive. Like, okay, he was able to walk with crutches like this much. Like, okay, I better do this, and so
Mm.
they were very like motivational at the same time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very
Mhm.
cool. And let's talk a little bit about like the travel, like
Mhm.
how to get around there from the physio. You went to physiotherapy
Uh-huh. Yeah,
to your
but we
hotel.
did
Like
it at home.
you did it at home, so they came to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
Actually, the first month they had a contract with the physiotherapy center, but I didn't. I mean, they were great, but I didn't want to travel. I mean, I
Mm.
feel like I was wasting my time, so I, yeah, I asked them if I could have it done like at home. So they catered my wish, and so yeah, I was able to do everything at home. And they has the stationary bicycle, and yeah, and so
That's awesome.
I was pretty much at home.
What about let's talk about now that you're past your lengthening, your
Mhm.
bones. Let's talk about the bone healing, and then like
Mhm.
your post op recovery, like where you are now, like what you're able to do.
Oh, I'm able to walk with, I mean, with crutches and without any aids. Like
Okay.
I could walk like a 20 steps, and but I walk like a toddler.
Like a toddler. Is it
Yeah.
because the muscles are stiff, or is it because you're just like why are you walking like a
My
toddler?
muscle is still weak, and so I
Okay,
can
cool.
only lift like 5 centimeters, like or 2 inches from the ground,
I
and
see.
so I I literally make the baby steps. Yeah.
Do you have full flexibility back in your joints, like your knee can bend to your butt? Can your ankle dorsiflex like this?
Uh,
What are you able,
yeah.
or is it very tight?
I never suffer from like a ballerina foot syndrome. Like my ankles are pretty flexible, but my knees, I cannot straighten my knees, yet, and also my back. I cannot straighten my back yet.
Mm.
I look like a Donald Duck right now.
The duck ass, yeah, right?
Yeah,
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 that's what they call
yeah.
it, the anterior pelvic tilt. So you're probably still suffering from a little bit of that. You went at the 1
Right.
millimeter per day.
Mhm.
Did they ever kind of, try to slow down your distraction, or did they kinda like
Yeah, yeah, because I was a bit of pain like when I reached 5 centimeters, and doctor told me to take a week off, and
okay.
I took a week off, and then I extended another 5 millimeter, and that's the time I thought, okay, I cannot take it this anymore. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm done with it.
You're done with it.
Yeah,
You just stopped the lengthening, you called it.
right. Yeah.
I gotcha. What about your
Uh-huh.
bone healing? Did you get a recent X-ray that you could see, like, the bone healing?
Yeah, I can see the little shadow like there, like a new bones, and yeah, I'm happy to see. And the Dr. Selk and Liam both said that, yeah, I'm doing great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is,
Mhm.
did you have? And you said no complications, so you didn't have to get any other, like, PRP injections or, BMAC or any
Yeah,
type of
a PRP injection comes by default.
oh, so he automatically does that.
Oh yeah, every month or every 3 weeks, depend on a patient.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
And,
mm,
is that for the tibias or the femurs or both or
both.
both? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So
So,
he does PRP. He's one proponent of that. I think Dr.
mhm,
Dr. Dong Hun Lee is a proponent of the BMAC. So, okay, good. So
mhm,
these surgeons are using some bone healing components to make sure that their
mhm,
patients don't end up with a delayed or non-union.
mhm,
Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of sleeping. You had
uh-huh.
this. Was it a monolateral external on your
Right.
tibias? Was it like just one half and then
One half.
one half? Yeah, I mean
Uh,
one side.
yeah,
Um,
one side. Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
was your sleeping like? I want to talk about
Um,
that a little bit.
Actually, that's something that I didn't have much trouble. I mean,
Really?
because I'm a long sleeper to start with, so I sleep easily. So I slept a lot, and so well, I did wake up. I didn't sleep. I didn't have a sound sleep. Uh, so I woke up like every 1 hour,
Okay.
and but I was able to sleep like until like 8 hours every day. Yeah.
Gotcha. 8 hours?
Yeah, 8 hours. Yeah, yeah.
Man, I don't think I've slept 8 hours in the last 10 years. That's amazing. Good for you, Nico.
Yeah.
I don't sleep very much. But anyway, okay,
Oh,
great.
okay.
Well, very awesome. Is there
Mhm,
any advice that you would give to patients who are considering limb lengthening, quadrilateral lengthening?
uh,
And then also when
mm,
we all know that there's a lot of lengthening clinics in Turkey, Istanbul.
mhm, mhm,
Why do you think that you chose this one over, you said because Liam had a good result, but, like,
uh-huh,
you talked to a few other ones.
mhm.
What would you say to patients who are considering lengthening in Turkey, and lengthening in general? What is your final words of
Okay.
advice?
Okay. Well, I chose like Dr. Selkan and Liam's limb lengthening center. Well, yeah, it will be redundant, but the 24-hour support, and also, yeah, it's a like a fixed amount. So even though I had the two extra surgeries, there was no additional cost. And
Okay.
while I was in Turkey for 7 months, I didn't pay a penny, or rather, I didn't pay a single Turkish lira or Y yeah, I didn't pay anything
You didn't pay anything
extra.
extra? Nothing extra.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
very cool.
Mm.
And what would you
And,
say to patient go ahead,
one
I'm
more
sorry.
thing I wanna say about Dr. Selkan,
Mhm.
and he's very sweet, and he's not like in some other doctor that I used to know. I mean, he's not very imposing, he makes you feel very comfortable, and he's down to earth, and he talks to you as he's talking to his friend.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
important. That for this
Mhm.
procedure, these patients really do need somebody who's supportive,
Right.
and can kinda be there on that friend level because it's a
Yeah.
serious elective procedure. I mean, if you
Mhm.
were hurt in the war zone on the battlefield, it would be one thing if a
Mhm.
surgeon didn't really care and just sewed you up, but for
Right,
an elective
yeah.
cosmetic procedure, it should be,
Mhm.
very close like that.
Yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
what would you say to patients who are looking for quadrilateral lengthening, especially all the
Okay, right.
females out there? I mean, there's a
Uh-huh.
lot of females who are considering cosmetic stature lengthening.
Mhm, mhm. Uh, yeah, there's a once again word or difference between like a tibia, one segment only or two segment.
Yeah.
Because after I had my tibia, and after 1.5 months, I was walking without any aids. But
Wow.
once I had femur, I
Yeah.
couldn't walk anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a square one. Okay, I had to start from beginning. So
Mm.
yeah, that's something I noticed. Like it takes longer. I think I would need another couple months till I'll be able to walk normally.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Mm,
I mean, this is such a bizarre thing for a
mm,
lady, you know,
mm, mm,
of your stature to go through a quadrilateral lengthening, but you
mhm.
did it. You did it. You're
Yes.
still recovering. It's going to
Mhm,
take time. It took Liam some time. Any patient who
mhm,
does quadrilateral lengthening with
mhm,
that short time frame between them, it's going to
mhm.
take a longer time to recover. But we wish you the best in that.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, Neko, if
Mhm,
you don't mind, we're going to hop into the live chat because there's actually people watching you right now who are
mhm,
asking some questions. So I'm going to go
mhm,
to my guy Randy. He has some questions back here. So I'm going to ask this first question.
mhm.
Um, which lengthening device did you like better? Was it the lengthening over nail or the precise nail?
Well, definitely precise. It's internal.
It's
Less
internal.
pain, like less scars, and yeah, there's
Okay.
no debate about that.
Gotcha. So that's the number one thing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The next question is from Athra Hamid. She's asking, I'm guessing, I'm a 22-year-old female and
Uh,
seriously
uh.
considering the surgery. I'm 4'8". Do you have any advice for me?
Well, if you know what you want, if you have commitment, and then go for it. And then you are young. I mean, you are young enough to be my daughter, and so you must have a really like a great bone, like a bone density, and you know you have the enough muscle mass. And don't wait till you get my age, and you know, and anything else. Uh, no, I don't have any particular advice just because she's female. I mean, I think it applies to everyone. Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. Somebody said
Mm.
that they love your voice. I love your voice too. It's so
Oh, really?
comforting.
Okay,
It
thank
sounds like
you.
it could be like a narration or something like that. It's awesome. Very cool. Her next question is, how did you take
Mm.
a shower when doing lengthening over nail method? Did you
Mm.
get any infection from that?
Oh, no, I didn't get any infection. So actually, they use the like what do you call it? The the bag to
Mhm.
cover my legs,
Okay.
like my lower legs, my tibia, so
Mhm.
it won't get wet. And
Okay.
I had a help with one of female staff, so
Ah,
I didn't take shower by myself. I mean,
wow.
at
That's
least when I
amazing.
had the yeah
Was that like
tibia.
every day that they helped you?
No, because I was a little scared of taking shower because I was afraid of like sleeping and then
Mhm.
any accident there. So
Yeah.
it was like once a week.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
And
Once a week.
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
Benjamin's asking, "What's up, Ben? Does the lengthening over nail method bother when sleeping over time?" So we kind of mentioned this a little
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah. It didn't much for me. It might for others, but for me, like because I was sleeping on my back, so yeah, it didn't bother me at all.
Awesome. That is
Mhm,
incredible.
mhm.
Well, I don't know if we have any other questions.
Oh, okay.
I think that was probably all the questions here. If
Mm.
you guys have any other questions, now is your time to ask Neko here. Let's see here. Okay, we have one from Ibrahim. He's asking,
Mm.
how would you describe the quality of care and what care services were provided to you?
It was superb. I mean, I'm glad that I chose like Dr. Selkan once again and then Limb Lengthening Center because without their services, I don't think I would ever go through this whole like ordeal.
Yeah. Yeah, this horror
Mhm.
ordeal. Yeah, for sure. No. Okay, so you actually are very happy with the
Mhm.
quality of care that
Mhm.
you received there.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, very
Mhm.
cool.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Any other questions that we have in here? A little bit
Mhm.
about cost. We'll ask this one if you want. You don't have to mention it, but how much does it cost?
It cost over in US dollars. Okay, I'm calculating. What like 100,000. Does it
100,000
sound
for
right?
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
for
that sounds
everything.
great for
Yeah,
quadrilateral, for
yeah.
both lengthening over nail and the precise,
Mhm.
femurs for the type of care that you had. I guess they Was it a
Mm.
package deal that you got or something?
Yeah, I had a VIP package.
The VIP package.
So,
Okay.
so
All right.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that what I'll do is, we'll put
Mhm.
like some sort of email or something. People can ask you about
Mhm.
your experience in private if you want.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that's
Mhm.
all we
Mhm.
have in terms of questions.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
Neko, I really
Uh-huh.
do appreciate you coming out. I appreciate
Oh, thank you.
everybody in the live chat. Show Neko some love.
Mhm.
Thank her for coming out and talking about her limb lengthening experience.
Mhm.
So Neko, what's the next thing for you? Is it like you have to do another checkup? Are you getting the devices removed? Did you got the frame removed for the tibias, correct?
Right, yeah, like,
Yeah, that's out. So
yeah,
what
long
is
time ago.
next for you?
Oh, next, like how? What do you mean?
Oh,
Like,
like in terms of like the precise removal, like is that the next checkup?
ah,
Because you're back in Japan
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Are you gonna go
yeah.
back?
I had to have like X-ray picture, sent to Doctor Seokan every month, and then
Okay.
he said after maybe 2 years I can have the nail removed.
Okay, before
So I'm
by the
looking
2-year
forward
mark.
to it.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Neko, I
Mhm.
really appreciate you coming out, sharing your experience with everybody. Maybe we'll have you back on in like a round
Mhm.
table or just,
Mhm.
sometime in the future
Yeah.
when you're back to your
Mhm.
perfect walking gait. We wish you the
Mhm.
best
Yes.
in your full recovery. And
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, everybody, I
Yeah.
appreciate you all coming out to support this episode of Limb Live. And until next
Can I
time,
say the last words?
yes, absolutely.
Okay, so one thing I also wrote on the website that people think the limb lengthening is something physically challenging, but
Mm,
it's also mentally challenging. I mean,
okay.
you get because you lose your mobility in your legs, and so you get and then you are away from your family, friends. If you decide to have it overseas, and you get depressed, emotionally unstable, get lonely, and you also get anxious. Like, do I ever get back on my feet? Would I ever able to walk normally? And yeah, for me, like it's like a emotional like a roller coaster. So you also have to be ready for it. So once again, become friends with other patients and with staff, and it's not something you can go through all by yourself.
That's
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Mhm.
No, it's so true. I mean, that's
Mhm.
what every patient who's gotten
Mhm.
stature lengthening, limb lengthening in general, is
Mhm.
to build that network of support because it's
Mhm. Mhm.
completely necessary for something like this.
Mhm.
It's a very mental and physical
Mhm.
game, and sure,
Mhm.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mhm.
All right. Any last words?
Okay.
Are you good?
Uh, Actually, one more thing. So
This is your show. Go ahead and take it.
yeah, and so when you decide to have it, you have to make sure that it's because there's no way back once you have surgery. As Liam said, it's not 100-meter dash; it's a marathon. You have
Right.
long way to go. So and it's not something you can do half-heartedly. I mean, you have to put your all in it.
Yeah.
Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, you said it
Uh,
perfectly. Absolutely.
okay. Mm,
Absolutely. This is it's
mm,
a marathon, not a sprint. Many surgeons
mm,
have said the same thing.
mhm,
Patience. Don't
mhm,
rush this. Don't try to squeeze
mhm,
it in the summer
mm, mhm,
between school. If you're doing
mm,
quadrilateral, that is.
mm, mm,
Yeah, and just make sure that you really have a good team around you,
mm,
both
mhm,
medical team, physiotherapy
mm,
team, support
mm,
team, friend.
mhm,
That's what it's all about, is to
mhm,
prepare yourself properly for a procedure like this.
mhm. Okay. Yes,
Okay.
I'm done.
You're done. She's done. All right, so we'll do the outro. All right, Neko, thanks so much for coming out. We'll have you back on. And until
Okay.
next time, this is
Mm.
episode 33 of Limiting Live. This is Victor from Cyborg for Life, signing out. See you guys next time. Peace.
Okay, bye.
Bye.